I've started the stream. Good afternoon, or I should say good evening, everyone. Welcome to my little home office for this week's edition of the BMBA Podcast. I've got an upset. Oh God, there we go. Got an upset dog because it's pretty warm up here. It's been hasn't been a hot day, but my upstairs office does get warm very quickly. So you can hear a whirring in the background. That is the aircon trying to cool the place down. Should have had that on a little bit ago, but I didn't. So he's cracking it with me. So if you hear a dog in the background, that's my boy having a bit of what he's very good at, and usually gets his way as well. So I'll give it a few minutes. We'll give some people a chance to get on, and then we will get started. If you are on and you've got any questions to send through, now's a really good time to send them through. And then we'll get started. So just getting rid of some of my stuff here on the net. Don't need it all. Keep that. Definitely want that. And as usual for lately, my old website is taking its time. Just trying to get into my YouTube. Yep, it's working. And we got a few chats. We got the chats up, I should say. Not we don't have a few chats. So if any of this true, whether you're a current BMBA participant or whether you are someone interested, whether you're a club, an individual, a school in what we do, feel free to send me through some chats, messages, and we will ask them directly on this podcast. So we're doing this every week. At the moment, it's me, myself, and I, from what I can see. We're doing this every week, and then we'll publish them. And we're just going to go over different aspects of the BMBA and what we're trying to achieve. This week's an important one for our BMBA participants in what we're trying to achieve through Stonington Sports Centre. We've done an unbelievable job for the last 12 months in getting our program to where it is. We started with absolutely nothing, and we just simply went into Stonington. There was no basketball presence there, so we decided, let's try and create one. So for 12 months, we've been working very hard to build our numbers up. It's been hard work, I've got to say, a lot harder than what I thought, and a lot of that is to do with the timing of our programs and in competition with other associations and clubs. Late on a Friday nights, I shouldn't say late on a Friday night, but Friday nights between 6 and 9, a lot of kids are out playing rep ball or even domestic at other clubs. And Saturdays between 5 and 8. While it's been okay, it hasn't been as popular as I would have hoped for a second game, but we're going to keep pushing as we go. Our numbers have built. We must have started this with about half a dozen kids. We're now up to about 30-plus kids, which is good, but we need a lot more, obviously, going forward. And for all the current BMBA participants, I sent you out an important email today. So that's Monday, the 8th of December. And if you can just get your fees paid before you leave for Christmas for term one, that would be of great assistance. We're having a bit of, as you always get with any council, unless you're filling courts and paying invoices, they can get a bit narky with you. So we've got other groups and clubs that are trying to get space away from us. So we've got to, one, clear an invoice, and then we've got to prove to council that we can commit to more than one court moving forward. If we don't do that, which I'm sure we can, if we don't do that, then we risk losing our court allocations to others. And talking to one of their people today, the one they may be looking at is our Friday night one, which I do not want to lose. That's been our bigger one. So really important you read through the email. If you can pay your invoices now before you go away from Christmas, or even if you can pay half of them, that'll be of great assistance to us in dealing with council. If you can do that, it would be so appreciated, and we'll make sure we can keep our court allocations intact moving forward. So that's just part and parcel of dealing with councils. Schools are, similar. Until you can get to a capacity which we're not yet, that you can pay the bills as they fall in your inbox. We're not quite there yet, so we have to scrounge and scrape and do all that sort of thing. So because they're going, as councils tend to do, council staff, they're going away for their break. They want to get everything tidied up before they go away. So they're sort of bringing the hammer down a little bit. So if you can help us out in that area, we should be fine for 2026. If we don't get it sorted, yeah, we could be, that allocation could be at risk. We don't want that to be the case. So if you're a current BMBA participant, fantastic. If you're considering it, register today. Get on our website, bmba.net.au, and have a look at our programs. I'm going to give you a quick look at what we're doing. So I'm going through BMBA participants first, then I'll get on to club, school stuff, highlights after this, and we'll also have a bit of a round preview for under 14 boys. And our little domestic games we're playing on the Fridays. So I'll just get a screen share. Sorry, guys. For those who may be new, just getting it up, share. There is our website, which you should have now. Yep. That's our website, bmba.net.au. Right. I'm in the wrong one. So if you go, we have 3 training programs. We're going to sort this so it works a bit better. This drop-down menu will have training programs, game programs. I'll be doing that tonight, so it'll be easier to get through. But our training programs are Kids First, IDP, and Basketball Plus. If you click on those, so let's go to Basketball Plus training. It will give you all the information needed. We'll also give you a link to register. There's also a registration page embedded on that page. This is our Basketball Plus training. This is for kids that are currently doing basketball but are looking for better training. So whether you've got a child that wants to join the BMBA or your child's playing with another club that's looking for better training, it goes through exactly what we offer. Here you can click on there to register for that training. That'll go through all the costs and details. There's a bit of background on my history and what our programs are. And then down the bottom, if you want to go straight to that, you can embed in there and bada boom, bada bing, you're away. You can just register that, hit submit. All the payment details are on the registration form. So we do online transfers. So if you just online transfer to that, the fee that you're doing. So for BMBA Basketball for Term 1, for example, that's $285. And you can transfer that in. It's that simple. And you can do the same thing from that program. For example, we'll give you a quick look. Kids First, that's our beginner training program. So that's a lot of fun. It only goes for an hour. Our BMBA Basketball Plus goes for 90 minutes. And again, it gives you all the details, where the sessions are held, and again, our session registration's embedded in the page. And finally, there's the IDP program. Now, IDP is for those real motivated kids that want to get multiple sessions in a week. So if they want to do 2 sessions, they can. As it says in there, it's got all the details yet again, it tells you what it goes through, and then the page is embedded. So they're all very similar, and they all tell you what they're all about. So that's our training programs. We'll now go into our game program. So if we go to our Games Plus is a combination of Basketball Plus training plus a game a week on the Fridays. The kids get 1 training run a week with us, plus a game in an intra-club game. You see there, they're all Temple Warriors kids. Kids having a ball with this at the moment. They're getting fully timed game for a full hour. They have 4 6-minute quarters where they're fully timed. What that means is the clock stops on every whistle. So even though it's 6-minute quarters as opposed to 18 or 20-minute halves, the game goes for longer because every time that whistle goes, the clock stops and it doesn't start again until the ball's back in bounds. So it goes for approximately an hour, the game. Sometimes a little bit longer if the rest blow the whistle too much. So, and again, there you go. Scroll down and you can register for that training. And there again is the cost and what we provide for it. So our next one would be the Games Plus. Oh, no, sorry, the IDP Games Plus. So it's the same thing as Games Plus. With IDP games, that's for the kids who do IDB training. They want to do 2 training runs a week with us, plus a game. So, again, you follow your details, follow your nose. We give it all. It's very similar to the Games Plus page. And then, bang, down you go. You pay your fees there. And off you go. So, we've got a lot there. If you want to get involved, is a perfectly good time. If you're not sure, you can come down here and contact us. Simply if you send an email through or give me a call, I'll just get that up. So there's my email. Click on that. You go to email. There's my phone number. The only thing I'd suggest is before you ring me, text me that you're going to ring me with your number, because I do not answer, because of all the spam people out there, I do not answer phone calls from numbers that aren't in my phone. I just get so many of them now because my name and number is all over the web. So please, just if you are going to ring me, send that through. So that is, quickly for the new ones, all our programs and what you can register for. Okay. If you're a club or an association, again, it's a little different. We have different pages on that. I shouldn't have got rid of it. If you're a club and you like the sound of our things, one, I'd suggest contacting me first so we can discuss it. That would be a lot better way of doing it. I'll share this again. Sorry, I shouldn't have taken it off. If you're a club, you can go into, probably the best one for you to go into would be, I can get back into it. If you go to programs and BMBA Invitational, and Friday nights we're calling Super Bowl, you can have a look through these. So if you go into Invitational Domestic, at a time, my internet's so slow. Again, it gives you all the information, brochures, QR codes, tells you what it's about, our structure for the competition. You can click there to express your interest. These are the 10 great reasons that make our competitions different. Even got an information booklet and how to join. So we teach you how to join the Invitational. These are for kids who want to try. And to enter your own teams, you just click on there to register your team, or you click on there, and then once you register your team, you click on there to register your players. We're not big enough yet to afford Play HQ, so we do it all ourselves through spreadsheets off Google Drive. If you don't like that, just contact us. We'll send you through via email a spreadsheet you can fill out for your players and your team, and that's where you would contact us, and then we get you in the fixture. It's that easy. And we're looking to start some sort of games and competitions in term 1 of next year. So now's a really good time to try and get a couple of teams in, even if it's just for practice games. So give you another quick look. You can do that. It's the same format. So there's slight differences between here. So that was domestic. If we go Super Bowl, Super Bowl's for the really keen teams and kids. So, for example, in Super Bowl, we just make sure I've got that up. Yep. In Super Bowl, this is for better teams. We don't have a points rule, for example. We want an elite division competition structure, so you can bring basically your best teams. We want to get the best teams, the best players, all playing on the same court. And if you're not capable of beating, you can beat them. But again, you see it's a very similar page, and there's your registration. Away you go. On the Friday nights, we call it Central Districts Rep. So right now it's not a rep program, but that's our goal, to get it into a representative program, but one with a difference. So if you want to put you're a domestic club, for example, and you want to put a team in to represent your club, your very best team, then on the Friday night with us, we can do that there. Whether you're a school, you can actually enter teams in this. Whether you're a basketball academy, you can enter teams in this. You enter your strongest, best teams on the Friday night, and that'll be our rep competition, playing against our teams in the BMBA. So again, you just go down there and click on where you want to register your teams, and away you go. I'll give you a quick look on there where you click to register. Sorry, can't say it. So it's very similar to things, give you details on all the age groups and whatever we want to be entering or structuring then for your players. Very similar again. You go down there and then you just list all your players as you go in. So what you can do is you as a club can either enter your players' details or in your team, or you can get your own parents. You've just got to make sure you give them the correct name of your team in the correct age group, and you can get the parents, send them a link, and then they can register. So we try and make it as simple and as easy and as inexpensive as possible, and that's why we've done it that way. So hope that helps. So that would be the club thing. Now, what I do want to go into is what makes us different and what we're trying to build, if I can get my website to work. So scroll back up there. Click here for 10 great reasons to join what we call the BMBA Invitational. We call it the Invitational because we're inviting teams and clubs to join. All right, longer game times, which we've gone over. 60-minute game times minimum. And if we get this up to where we want it, could even be longer than that. We'll see how we go. Unique season structure. We've been experimenting that. In this season, we want to promote the development players, and sometimes the win-at-all-cost attitude can get in the way of that. So we are going to be running games. We're going to keep scores. There's going to be competitions. But the one thing we're not going to do is keep a ladder. So every team is going to play at the end of every term a knockout final. So what that does is allow the coaches to experiment and try with things while the games are being competitive. Still trying to win, but they're not going to have to worry about whether if they lose this game, it's going to cost them a top 4 spot or a top 1 spot. It's the teams that are playing the best basketball at the end of term or end of season that will end up doing the best at that end of season tournament or end of term tournament. So we're going to do it quite differently from a normal competition. Shot clocks. Stonington has 4 magnificent courts, all with shot clocks, so we've been using that in our intra-club games. We'll continue to use that. So you'll have to have a scorer that can understand the shot clock. We've got videos for that. We have a great state-of-the-art venue at Stonington Sports Centre to run these games in. As we grow, we intend to grow our presence in there. A development and competition focus. So I've just gone through that. We do have, like I said, as we've gone over, we've got unique competitions for all levels. And we want you to bring your best teams. There won't be any point system. If you've got 8, 9 rep players, well, other teams have to get to your standard. We want to build the standard of this competition as quickly as we can. And the best way we can do that is encourage teams to bring the best players, the best teams, and their best coaches. Once we're big enough, we will be offering season prizes. So our goal would be to get 4 clubs, 4 organisations, whether they're a club, school, academy, whatever they are. And once we've got at least 4 teams up in a minimum of a 4-team competition, we'll then be providing end-of-season prizes for those clubs and academies. So, for example, it'll all be based on wins and losses. If your club wins 4 premierships, and that's the most premierships out of any club, you will then get an end-of-season prize. What that will be, we're yet to decide. But there'll be something, which is something more than most give you. So all the kids will still get a trophy and everything that goes with it, but that'll be different. And come and originally enjoy the benefits. As you would know, there's not that much court space going around Melbourne. So once we fill it, if you're an original, you're going to get priorities. So you'll get priorities in compatibilities because we're keen to get the best coaches coaching the best kids. So if you've got a coach who wants to coach 2, possibly even 3 teams, but why? But if you do, we will look at those compatibilities for them and they can go. The other beauty about doing this, where the games don't contribute towards a ladder during the term or the season, we can add teams at any stage to make our competitions more diverse, build up the depth, and make the competitions even better. And then we have at it over the round robin. So there's lots of reasons as to why you should consider joining our competitions. We think over the next 2 years, they're going to become a real focus. And why wouldn't you? You know, we're offering things that no other competition is offering, especially for clubs and schools. So, and if you're playing high-level rep balls, so from VC to Metro 2 down, you might have this, but anything lower, you still probably won't have this. So we want to give as many kids the opportunity to play at elite level standard of basketball with an elite level competition structure, but with it done better. So that's what we're looking to do. So I'll get rid of that now. Get my ugly mug back up there. So if you're not watching this and you get this on replay and there's questions for you, quite simply just send them through via my email that I showed you before. And, you know, we'll answer that as quickly as we can. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, yeah, competition stuff. So I'll go through just quickly. I want to go with the boys. Our under 14 boys play out of Dandenong. This is our version of our rep teams. We are playing in effectively a BMBA, an under 15 competition with a team of 2 under 14 boys and 6 under 12 boys, because we got the cutoff date mucked up a bit. But I actually don't mind it because our boys are going to end up being very strong when they become top age. So we've had a bit of a tough old grading season, but in the last 3 games, we've won 2 and we've lost 1. So we'll just go through that result. What have I got at the bag? Sorry, just bear with me, everyone. Just trying to get up our Player HQ stuff and we'll share it. But yeah, it was interesting. I mean, one of the things that annoys me with a lot of domestic competitions, they have bylaws and they don't enforce them. And one of the biggest bugbears for me is the matchup rule. I think it's a good rule, but it's only a good rule if it gets enforced. I've now been at a number of associations. They simply are not interested in enforcing that rule. If they did, it makes for a great game of basketball. It helps kills with their skill base. It helps kids improve their defense. But there's not a lot of intent in enforcing the rule wherever I go. So I won't dob the associations in. But, yeah, it's just a little bugbear. So on the weekend we had it again. So we did resort to running a zone of our own because we've been playing for 8 weeks and we can't get any resolution on it. So we thought, well, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And here we go. I'm about to share it. And we'll go through the result from the boys who did really well. So there it is. We lost our first game, again, from a team running a zone. But this week we came from 10 down to win by 8. And for the boys who may be watching this, we only had 6 players. But as you can see here, we had a nice rounded thing. We had Zach got 12 points. Jack got 10. Played very well on the offensive end. Bill got 8. George got 8. So that's a lovely spread. That's what we're looking for. Caden didn't get any points, but he had a few chances. But he got a lot of rebounds and a number of block shots. So he really contributed. And we shut down one of their main players in the second half. So we did really, really well. We were in the play-by-play, you'll see, we were trailing quite bad, not badly, but we got down by quite a little bit. And at one stage, you can see there, we're down 9 points. There, we're down 10 points. And then we just changed into a zone, what they were playing against us. And as you could see, oh, hold on, I'll take that back. So here's the change here. So we're struggling about here, 18. I've got myself confused. 14, 10, 14, 16, 18, 12. And that's where I made the change. And after that, the whole game changed. So the boys played really well. Good for them to have a win and get up that ladder a little bit. I think from here, they'll be tough to stop, but we'll see. And that immediately improved their ladder position. So good job, boys. So they've jumped about 4 spots, I think. Yep. So we've gone from bottom last week up to 4th spot. And on the tail of a few others. So it was good for the boys. You know, it was good for them. They needed to get a win to get some confidence into their game. And they played really well. So that's our match report on the Friday nights. Like I said, we're playing intra-club games now. Sorry, I just got to get rid of this. Get me back on there. On the Friday nights, we're playing intra-club games. We've got under 12 mix, so that's boys and girls that are playing in 2 teams. We divide them up into 2 teams every week. We've got a couple of very strong characters there in Jono and Maxie. They tend to lead their 2 teams. They go pretty hard at it. We've got one girl there, Jennifer, who's a big talent. She's going to be a very good player in 12 months if she keeps going through our training. Strong as an ox and competitive as hell. I love the way she goes about it. And we've got a bunch of other young kids that are really coming on. You know, Ryan, Evelyn, Hannah, playing really well. Visky did a really good job. Lucas is really coming on leaps and bounds. It's really good to see young Jasper, for example, doing really well. So hopefully those kids know what I'm talking about. They're all getting baskets. They're all getting involved. And this really reinforces what I was saying about having a model where the focus goes more onto development than winning at all costs. Because now when I talk to the coaches on the sideline, you know, we can actually say, listen, get so-and-so more of baskets, stop him shooting all the time. You know, we don't ban kids from shooting, but sometimes they just 4 shots up and they don't think about getting others involved. Now we're getting our stronger players to really share the ball, and all the kids on the court are getting involved. There's smiles on their faces. They're enjoying it. We're doing the same thing at under 14 boys. We've got 2 teams. We split them up. We change them around a little bit each week. Just all the boys get used to playing with and against each other. And that's proved to be very beneficial in developing them for the Saturday game. So they get their game on the Friday with us against each other, and then they come together to play against each other on the Saturday. So it's like a little rep team. So we're developing new concepts all the time. What we want to get is other clubs and other programs in. Now, there's a limited window for that because next year we're going to go pretty hard on marketing the BMBA right throughout Stonington. That's one of our big goals. And if we get like 4 to 6 BMBA teams in any age group and there's no more space, well, then that's it. We're quite happy to play with BMBA teams alone. But we'd hate to see clubs miss out because they haven't been given the opportunity. So we'll keep doing these podcasts. We'll keep communicating the clubs. And there's no harm, no foul. I mean, we're not trying to take clubs away from what they currently participate in. There's no reason with the 2 competitions, whether it's Friday night or late Saturday afternoon, especially for 12s and 14s, that clubs can't play in their own game with their the current association and then come and play a second game with us. That's easily done. And we'll do the compatibilities to make sure your team can work through that as we go. So, that's what we're all about. So that's it. We plan to go short and sharp unless we get a guest. Don't have any people online yet, so we're expecting that a little bit. So we'll send this out tomorrow as a broadcast. And like I said, feel free to contact me. I'll put it up there, what my email is. If I can get it. Maybe I can't. I had this trouble yesterday. I couldn't figure out how to get a message on. There it is. Got to scroll down. So my email, I'll just get it up for you. And there you go. That's my email. So if you send me an email through to that, if you've got any questions, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can to answer them. Okay. If you are a school, just let you know we're sending an email out to all the schools. We do conduct clinics at schools. Depending on where you're located, we'll conduct free clinics. So basically, if you can bring teams and kids into our competitions at Stonington. Otherwise, we run really good value for money clinics at other schools. I'm sure we can arrange a referral on all those sorts of things. And hold on. Sorry, just getting a message there. My internet recently hasn't been great, so hopefully that's okay. So, if you're a school, send me an email and we see what we can arrange for you. Okay? That should do us for now. I don't think I've got any other messages. Let me just check the YouTube channel. Doesn't look I'm watching you. That would be me. Okay, so that's it for this week for the BMBA podcast. Hopefully we get a few special guests. I don't know whether we'll get them before Christmas. We might get them after Christmas. But from next week, whatever we do, we're going to be going every Monday, even over the holiday period. And I'm going to be actually delivering some explanations on coaching, what we teach our kids, how we teach it, some strategies even for other coaches who might be interested out there, and just imparting part of my knowledge from 35 years of coaching. So looking forward to that, and we will see you all next week, 7 o'clock every Monday, the BMBA podcast. Bye all.